Howdy, howdy, folks. Welcome to Sticks and Stones. Got a great show for you today. Today, I am pairing a bold, high-proof Kentucky bourbon, and it is meeting a aged, rich Nicaraguan cigar. I think you're going to love it. Get myself pulled up over there. I'm going to be pairing Wild Turkey 101 8-year-old with a San Andres vintage 2006 Rocky Patel cigar. Wonderful. It's gonna be awesome. Hang on. Oh, yep. Couldn't find my cutter. All right. I'm expecting some really robust flavors from this. There's going to be a depth and spice and sweetness that I think pretty much any cigar and spirit lover will be able to get behind. Kind of a brief history. Wild Turkey has been, the distillery has been around since the 1860s. That's where it got its roots. The Ripy, R-I-P-Y brothers distillery. It was popularized in the 1940s and got its Wild Turkey name from a hunting trip was reintroduced to the market in 2025 and is going to be a permanent offering. So you're going to be able to get it all the time. Mash bill, 75% corn, 13% rye, 12% malted barley. The high-rye will give it a really nice spiciness. Let's go ahead and glass some up. Just jumping right on into it today. Man, that's the best cork pop I've had in a while. Beautiful, beautiful spirit in the glass. That nice golden color. Some really nice legs. Cleans to the glass very well. On the nose, I get some notes of like warm caramel, vanilla frosting, not just vanilla, but that kind of sweety frosting aroma, and also candy corn, which I'm a very big fan of. I know there's a lot of people don't like it, but candy corn is a bomb. Oh, I love that stuff, especially the ones around Halloween where they make the pumpkins. So it's even bigger than the candy corn. It's candy corn pumpkins, candy pumpkins, whatever. Anyway, all right, let's go ahead and dive right on in. It's full bodied, but to be over 100 proof, um, it is not a jaw slapper. Um, you get caramel and toffee, vanilla, maybe some hints of like graham cracker in there. It's got a really nice oakiness to it. Maybe a little bit of light tobacco and some black pepper, and then some baking spices, something along the lines of cloves and cinnamon, um, and also some like some orange chocolate notes. Like there's that kind of candy that's chocolate covered, but it tastes like oranges on the inside. And then maybe even a little bit of black cherry in there too. Mm, that's very good. Very good. That camera. down just a touch. There we go. That's better. The finish is really long. You get brown sugar, dried fruit, have an allspice kind of thing going on in there, and a really nice peppery warmth. It's a really good spirit. For those of you that like the regular 101, just the 101 that's a little bit smoother, that's very good. Now let's move on, because we're just cooking right on along here. The Rocky Patel vintage 2006 San Andres. Rocky Patel got into the business back in the 1990s. He had been an entertainment lawyer and decided he was tired of lawyering, and he'd always loved cigars. So he just decided he'd get in a cigar business. The vintage 2006 was released in 2017. It's got a wrapper that has been aged for 11 years. So it has a really mature complexity. It has Nicaraguan fillers, a Connecticut broadleaf binder, and then it is cloaked in this dark and oily, beautiful, beautiful Mexican San Andres leaf. I love the San Andres leaf. I think it is my favorite cigar leaf of all time. I love it. Now, on the nose, wait, let me tell you a little more about it here. As you can tell, it is just a beautiful stick. It's got a nice little oily sheen to it. Tight and almost invisible seams, very minimal veining, and a very large double cap. Now, on the nose, I get some notes of dark chocolate, a creamy oakiness to it, some barnyard, maybe a little manure, and those of you that may not be, like up on cigar stuff, and you're like, barnyard manure, why would that smell good? It actually does have a very pleasant aroma to it when you're talking about cigars. It doesn't just smell like poop. It's the best way I can say it. There's also kind of a peanuttiness to it, peanutty. And then there's just some slight notes of like hay and honey. Great cigar. I love this cigar. I had a few left, but I went ahead and ordered another 5-pack that I haven't even broken the plastic on yet. I love this cigar. I always keep it in my humidor. If I get down to one, then alarm bells are going off. Now, let's give it a cut. Nice V cut with my Cigar V cutter. Cold draw. On the cold draw, it's very subtle, but it does have some notes of dark chocolate and oak, leather. Black pepper, some vanilla sweetness, and a nuttiness that would be more of like a. Sorry about the dog. I don't know why they won't let it back in or something. I guess I don't know. Anyway, a nuttiness that is maybe like a macadamia nut or something along those lines, an more oilier nut, whatever. All right, let's give her a light. I'm watching the pregame show for the Rams and the Panthers today. It is wild card weekend. Which is sad because we are about to get to the dark times. What are the dark times, you may ask? That is the month of February, uh, before baseball starts, after football has ended, and there's really not much going on in the sports world. So, dark times. This is it's kind of a medium to full stick. You get like a little bit of semi-sweet chocolate that's just, it's just a little bit more bitter. Uh, some creamy oak and a little bit of leather in there. Um, and some notes of hay. So let's try them together. Those do go very well together. Um, there's kind of a spicy synergy. Um, the bourbon's high-rye pepperiness kind of amplifies the cigar's pepper and baking spices. And then there's kind of a sweetness harmony. You've got caramel and vanilla from the whiskey that is complementing the dark chocolate in the cigar, kind of creating a little bit of a mocha kind of thing. Um, and I'm also picking up some notes of like some raisins. I used to not like raisins, but I like raisins now. I don't eat them very often, but And that wild turkey has a really great mouthfeel on it. Really nice. Uh, not too thin, but not too thick or oily. Very nice. The two together kind of create a almost like a kind of a dessert like balance. You get like, I don't know, caramel drizzled dark chocolate with nuts in it. And there you go. I sound like the guy from My Big Fat Greek Wedding. You have this and this. It's Greek. The Greek word is this. And there you go. Tonight should be a good game. The Bears and the Packers. The Bears and the Packers. You're getting a kind of a woody and earthy kind of foundation with the shared oak, uh, maybe some touches of cedar in there, um, leather, a little bit of light tobacco, uh, and the notes kind of build like a seamless like depth. Uh, you're not only getting some contrast, but you're also getting a really nice balance. The bourbon's kind of citrus zestiness, a little bit of orange in there, kind of brightens the cigar's kind of earthy, barnyardy elements. So you're not picking up as much as the manua, not as much of the manua, but the 101 proof heat um, kind of draws out the cigar's front-loaded flavors, and the smoke kind of tempers the whiskey's spice just a little. Got a pretty good size, like hump right there. We'll touch it up a little. Just see if that was me. Usually it is. If you've never tried this particular cigar from Rocky Patel, you really should. 5-pack is not expensive. Matter of fact, you can find it on Cigar Bid from time to time, and you can get it for maybe $5 a stick, where the MSRP on it is probably double that, $10 to $12 a stick. So you should really give it a try. The Mexican San Andres leaf adds those chocolatey tones in there, and I really love it. Rocky's 60, SIXTY, not the number, the word. That cigar has the San Andres leaf, and that is a wonderful cigar. I love it about as much as I love this one. You get this kind of layered, evolving satisfaction that's bold but harmonious at the same time. Uh, wonderful, wonderful cigar. Wonderful cigar and spirit. So um, the spirit really does stand up to the cigar, um, which is a medium to full body, without overpowering it. This is just a very great cigar to just sit down and relax and kind of vegetate for a while and just concentrate on what you're tasting, and just letting that smoke flow in and out. It's a great time. And it is burning rather rapidly. That you could potentially have this stick finished in 45 minutes or maybe less. Wouldn't want to try to do it much less than that, because this is a Robusto. This is a 5x50. Uh, yeah, you don't want to do it too fast. Don't do it too fast. And that's what she said. I generally tell people, if you're just getting into cigars, uh, stick with the lighter wrapper leaves, the Olive or Oliva, O and G, um, something along those lines. It's got that really, really light tan cigar leaf. Those tend to be the more milder cigars, not always, but generally. Uh, and start with training wheels on, just like you were riding a bike, and work your way up. But this is an excellent one to be working your way up. So it's a very great cigar that probably doesn't get enough attention, and I'm okay with that, because that means it's easy to find. It looked like there's a whole lot of people on today. cold here in Texas today by Texas standards. Yeah, it's probably in the upper 40s, low 50s, and it's windy. And my 57, almost 58-year-old ass uh, climbed up in a sweet gum tree today out in the front yard to cut down some dead limbs that had broken over. Yeah, I realized I am far too old to be climbing trees. I didn't fall or nothing. But sometimes I felt like falling out of that tree. But I got the limbs down, got them cut up, got the fire bucket filled back up. That was another thing I needed. I needed more firewood for the fire pit out there. So I cut it up, put it in here. I got have a little something different. Hang on. And as you can tell, I mean, that's a really that is really great construction. That ash pile is just perfectly straight. There's no, what do they call it? They're talking about Peyronie's disease and the carrot. There's none of that. Very nice and straight. Some of Rocky Patel's best work. I'm a very big proponent of Rocky Patel cigars. I know, the great ones out there with Padron and Davidoff and those kind, but I've been a fan of Rocky since the early 2000s. Some people are a little put off because he comes up with so many different things, and I understand that. Uh, if you were smoking one cigar a week, it would take you more than a year to get through all of Rocky's different blends, but you'd be taken care of for a year. And the 8-year-old Wild Turkey 101, that is a very good spirit, and it is just a little bit more, not much, few dollars, than the regular Wild Turkey 101. So if you were going to get the benefit of an aged 8-year bourbon, why wouldn't you do it if it's just a few dollars more? Just a few dollars more. You will definitely like it. I promise you. I am. I'm a little tired from my tree climbing, so I'm not quite as animated today. Yeah, maybe in bed early tonight, and may not be out of bed early tomorrow. Still holding on. I know it's going to drop my lap any minute. As we've gotten, closer to the halfway mark here, and we're about to wrap up. I won't keep you for the whole thing. We've gotten some really nice nutty notes and a little bit of mocha in there. Some bold espresso, a little bit of cedar and maybe some red pepper with baking spices, and you've got this kind of raisiny-like sweetness. It's really got some almost like meaty undertones in the finish. This cigar has a whole lot going on for it, a whole lot. You definitely need to try it. and the Wild Turkey keeps up with it step for step. I really think with this cigar, if you were going for strictly or specifically, I want to be able to try and pick out all these different nuances and all this kind of stuff. And I want to see how well this goes together. This is like the perfect spirit to do it with. I think if you tried to go with something like a Maker's Mark, just the base Maker's Mark, it would probably be too soft to try and keep up with this cigar. And by the same token, the Wild Turkey 101, I mean, it's a hefty spirit. And I think if you got too light a cigar, it would overwhelm the cigar. Matter of fact, I paired the Wild Turkey, the regular Wild Turkey, a while back with another cigar. I'd have to go back and look, see which one it was. But I remember saying that I thought that the spirit kind of overpowered the cigar. You know, they can't all be great ones. I do my best. Man, this is a very good pairing. Piece of tobacco. Sorry about the dog. Not mine. Anyway, I'll go ahead and wrap it up right here because I know you all, it's a Saturday and you all have things to do, and I'm trying to keep these under 30 minutes. I think this is an excellent pairing that you should definitely try out. As I said earlier, there's a kind of a spicy synergy with these two. The bourbon's high-rye kind of pepperiness amplifies the cigar's pepper and baking spices. There's a kind of a sweetness harmony between the two with the caramel and the vanilla from the whiskey that complements the darker chocolate notes, and you got the kind of mocha and raisin going on there in the cigar. And you get this kind of almost like caramel drizzled chocolate with nuts in it that is kind of desserty. So definitely a good pair. That's my dog. Yeah, the big wolf. Yep, and there it went. At least it didn't go on my lap. Hang on. There we go. I'm waving it around, all this kind of stuff. I see these guys and they'll like post a picture and the ash will be all the way down to the band. I can't ever do that. I've got too much going on. I think there is a contrast and a balance that both happen here that really creates an excellent pairing. So you should definitely give these two a try together. And the Wild Turkey 101 a year, I think it was somewhere in the $25 range, something like that. So it's a bottle you can keep on your shelf pretty much all the time, as long as you can find it. This bottle was the last bottle on the shelf at my little secret spot. So if it's the last bottle on the shelf, it's not too secret, I guess. But and the vintage 2006 is easy to get online, whatever. I hope you enjoyed this pairing as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. Please hit like, subscribe, share, notify, ring all the bells, do all the whistles, do all that kind of stuff. Even if you decide I'm not like listening to this guy, I want to go off and do something else, let the thing play. That helps me out. I really appreciate it. The dog's pissing me off. Anyway, till we get to be together again, keep your sticks dry, your stones cold. Have a great day.